I'm working today on a 2013 Ford C-Max. This is the hybrid, it's not the plug-in hybrid. I'm going to be doing an air filter, a cabin air filter, an oil change. This car takes 520. It says it right on the cap to make it easy for all of you guys. So it takes 520. I just got the Penn's oil, 520 high miles. This car does have 240,000 miles. We're using a MicroGuard. Here is the number for you. That's the air filter for the engine, and I got a new cabin air filter. All of you following along at home. Oil filter, we're only going with the best that Walmart offers. We got an XG3614, and then I just got a little fuel cleaner to try to help it out. This has 240,000 miles on it. We're gonna dive in. This is like a basic service. You guys can do it yourself to save some money. It's not hard at all. If you have a basic set of tools and a basic knowledge of cars, you can get after it. All right, these are all the tools that I use doing all that work. A T15 for the drain plug. Obviously, you can use a wrench or a ratchet, whatever. A T20 for the cabin air filter that I was missing. A T25 for the air filter. A T7 for the hose clamps to remove the air filter box. An 8mm for the air box, a 7mm for the hose clamps to the air box. This extension is very overkill for what I needed, but I used that, and then I used this to pry. That's it. That's when I say you need basic tools and basic skills. I did this in my garage on some ramps, but you can do it, and then you have the tools for the rest of your life, and you learn skills, and you can help other people do it. So get after it. Well, since the car is wet, I'm gonna get started on the inside, and you can see it's just dripping off. And I put it on ramps. You can use a jack, whatever. Just make sure that you're safe and use your own knowledge. I'm not accountable for you using some recalled Harbor Freight jack stands. I'm just gonna put it that way. So first thing you gotta do, you gotta come in here. And the cabin air filter is tucked up under here. There's this little screw. It's got a pinch on both sides. Take that off. There's one over here too. You can see, man, I hate Ford clips. I don't know if anybody else feels that way. So you slide that down. Oh, this one's missing the bolt, but there's supposed to be a T20 Torx screw right there. Some of you probably said, oh, that's stupid, and left it off at some point. That's fine. And then you pinch, right where my hand's at, you pinch right here and right there. So you pinch that, and you just pull a little bit, and then you pull this cabin air filter out. Y'all can do this with two hands. Oh yeah, dude, just like Ford designed. Just want somebody to mangle it out. I do remember that these are kind of a, yeah, that one's had a good life. Something to note, the airflow indicator needs to go to the back of the car. So like that, and then you just slide it in. All right, she's in. I ended up having to use two hands, and I pinched the soft sides, snuck it in, and then rotated it. So that's in. Right, you need to get the foam there. And it's pretty easy from there. We just slide this guy back on. And then these two clips, this part's kind of cool. You just push them up. And then you can give it a twist if you want. Oh no, don't give it a twist, just push it on. Cool. All right, cabin air filter's done. So the air filter on this is kind of weird. You have to remove this right here, which has two little tabs on each side. Let me get it in there. You can see those. You just got to get them over those tabs. Remove this right here, this hose clamp on the engine intake. This is your throttle body right down there. And then this little bolt back there, which I believe is an M8, and then this, or I mean an 8mm. You have to remove this 8mm bolt and this 8mm bolt, and then this hose clamp right there, and then the two tabs on both of these. So I'm just gonna start ripping on it. You got the 8mm bolt out, the 8mm bolt out up here. This is a 7mm hose clamp that's holding it on. This just pops off right here as well. And then you got to take this whole assembly off. There is a little clip right here, but mine's broken. Hooray. And that clip just holds on what is that, evap or something, right there in the middle of the screen. So I'll just pop that out of the hole. The hole is right there. Mine's obviously out. I almost forgot this right here. There is a little sensor, a map or something. I don't know what it is, but you got to undo. I got this red clip. You pull it up, and then it should slide up. You just, yep, you push right there and pop that up, and then you get this out of the way. Somehow, one way or another, you just wiggle that. That's a hard plastic hose, so I'm just gonna pick it up and move it. All right, so I ended up taking the intake off at the throttle body right there. It's just a 7mm as well. So I got that off, and then this hose was able to stay. And then I had to pivot it out. And the air filter actually just lives right here. These are T25s. I'm just gonna zip it. So it's the 5 bolts, T25. Just zip them off. All right, so this is some BS emissions. I don't care about that. And then here's the filter. Yep, definitely time to do that. So I'm gonna drop this outside. All right, this is a pro tip. This is extra. Don't feel like you have to do it. I take a little bit of like silicone spray. Literally, it can be anything. This is just some liquid wrench that I had within an arm's reach. You can put freaking wheel bearing grease for all I care. If you just give it a shot on all the connectors right there, it's gonna make your life a whole lot easier coming back out. Now's the time if you want to clean your MAF sensor, it's right here. That's your MAF. And if you want to clean your throttle body, it's right here. This is 240,000 miles, and my mind is freaking blown with how clean that is. So I'm just gonna carry on. I'm gonna act like everything's good, because it is, and put it back in. There's 2 8mm screws on this hose right here. You can disconnect it. One's there. You can see it middle of the screen, and then the other one is right down there. You can see it middle of the screen. Just take those off to make it easier to put it back on. So you have that 8mm bolt that you screw back in. After you get this all placed in there, you have the 8mm bolt back there. You have the MAF to plug back in right there with the red top. You do the 7mm hose clamps on the intake, and then you snip that back into place. And that's it. That's all she wrote. Now we're good for another set of miles. Since I did this, I'm gonna add this into the part of the video. Unscrew this hose right here, from here, and from here. There's 2 8mm bolts. It's gonna make it a lot easier to get in and out, and it's worth the 2 bolts. So I learned. I'm a learned man now, and I'm gonna share this knowledge with you. Anybody can do this. If they wanna be a little bit patient, if they wanna work with some interesting angles, but just don't over stress it. Give yourself plenty of time, but it's very doable. Basic set of tools. You need some Torx. Just go buy a Torx set. They're very common now. Order one off Amazon, and you can do it. Now we're going under the car. So under the C-Max, there traditionally would be another like cover. This one's cover has left us, so it's even easier. There's normally like some zips to do. There's gonna be some bolts up here and then along the side, and then some in the back. But since we don't have those, I can't show you it, but yeah, you can figure that out. I believe in you. I believe in you. So we're gonna come down here. I'll show you what we'll be doing. We got the oil filter, which is right there. And we have an oil drain plug, which is tucked right here. So we'll just crack those 2 loose and let the oil drain. Okay, I cracked the oil filter loose first. Don't ask why. They sell like oil filter wrenches. You can use an old Bilt. Whatever you have on hand, just use it. Use your hands. I just got that one loose with my hands. And when you put them back on, you don't have to like snug them crazy tight, but they do need to be snug because they're going to have vibrations. And this right here, let me see, yeah, that's a 15mm. So you just whack it loose. All right. So you just get this loose, and then I like to just take it out by hand. Some people have like cool tricks so they don't spill. Let's see how I can do. I'm trying to record the angle, and I feel till the threads. You should be wearing gloves. And then, oh, that's pretty good. So we clean up all this, put a new washer on here. I bought some at O'Reilly's, put the new filter on, and we're done. Okay, so I got that cleaned up, got a gasket put on it, got the oil filter, and I put a little bit of oil on it. Don't do that for the oil plug. I try to wipe it up and snug it up, and I try to wipe up any excess oil. That way when I back it out, if there's a drip, I don't have to wonder, did I mess it up? Oil filter is on. I just did that snug. And then this is the drain plug, and this has a torque spec to it, but beep. Yeah, you guys heard that. Beep. Yeah, there she is. Just don't overdo it, but you can get a torque wrench on it and reef on it if you want. I just go to snug. That's not coming out. That's 15 millimeter. That's all you need. And then an oil filter, and then whatever bolts are here. I believe there's some Torx in there. You can watch a video on how to remove that if you need to, but very simple, very, very simple. Save some money, do it yourself. Now all we do is add 4.5 quarts of this into that hole right here. Woo. And then that's a job done. But wait, there's more. Okay, to reset the oil life, you just press the on button without your foot on the brake, and then you press and hold the brake for 25 seconds. You release both feet, and then you turn off the car. That's it, very simple. And if all this stuff is too difficult, there is still one thing I think anybody can do, and that is add some sort of fuel treatment. This is like the super cheap stuff from Walmart to the vehicle, and you literally just dump it in the fuel tank. So if you can't do anything else, do this. But this all in was about 80 bucks. And if you were to go somewhere, oh geez, there's no way that it would be less than 80 bucks. There's some ways to save. You can shop at Walmart. I would avoid O'Reilly's. I would ship parts in if you have the time. And it is very helpful to do so. So I hope this helps you out. If you're looking at a Ford C-Max or need to do some service stuff, Ford C-Max, hope this is the little bit of confidence boost that you needed to do it yourself, because you can pay someone else that really doesn't know what they're doing and watching a video or reading instructions at a Jiffy Lube, or you can just figure out how to do it yourself. This took me all in with recording, and I have a small baby that you might hear right now. It was about 2 hours, so still just got to clean up. I'm going to check the tire pressure as a good reminder going into winter. Check your tire pressure, and I'm going to add this, and that's it. So hope this helps you guys out. Hope that you can learn something and do this on your own. If you give it a shot, let me know down in the comments below what I did wrong. Let me know if I'm a crappy mechanic. Let me know if I changed your life. So yeah, just wanted to save you guys some money. Well, thanks for watching. Hope that helped you guys out. Hope that your Ford C-Max maintenance is worry-free. These cars are pretty awesome. They're very slept on. They are definitely worth the bang for the buck. And this has 240,000 miles. It will probably get 300,000 miles. It's very simple. It took me about 2 hours to do everything. If you've never done this before, don't get discouraged if it takes a little bit longer, because the next time you do it, it will be quicker, and the next time you do it, it will be even quicker.